Welcome back, guys, to a brand new video, and today, guys, we're going to be counting on the top 5 most underrated weapons in StandOff 2. Now, as most of you guys know, I normally make a video for my top 5 best weapons in pretty much every single game, but I feel like StandOff 2, all the weapons are really good. There's not really a bad weapon in StandOff 2. So instead, we're doing the top 5 most underrated weapons, because there's a lot of weapons in this game that I feel like are really good, but I barely see anybody else using them in the game. I mean, sometimes I see pros using it, but when I'm joining regular lobbies, a lot of people aren't using these weapons. So starting off at number 5, guys, we have the M40. I think you guys already played this one. You guys know the M40 is literally one of my favorite weapons in the game. Now, normally, a lot of people are turned off by this weapon just because it takes 2 shots to hit, but don't think about it like that. Think about it as an eco sniper. I mean, the regular sniper costs over $4,000. You have to save up for it, round up the round, just to get enough money to buy that weapon. But with the M40, it's about $2,000, makes it a lot easier to buy, especially on eco rounds, and people won't expect you to have a long-range weapon on an eco round, so it's definitely a really good weapon to buy, and especially if you're going for those one-shot headshots, that's really where this weapon excels and makes it one of the best. And also, one of my favorite parts about this weapon is the fact that it's silent. You can be flanking enemies, sniping them one off the one, and they won't even know where you are unless they're like really sounding. And also, let's say you're missing tons of shots, you're still good because the weapon is silent. It doesn't show up on the mini-map, and of course it does have a way faster fire rate than the op, and then of course you also can move a lot quicker with it. But overall, I think it's a really good weapon, especially for the price. Now, speaking of snipers, for my number 4 spot, we gotta give it to the op, or the AWM. You know, they don't want to get sued, but it's basically the op. And this weapon, you guys know what it is. It's definitely really fun. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I see tons of pros using it, but when I go to regular lobbies, I barely see anybody using the op. And in this game, I think it's one of the easiest games to snipe in, especially with the op. I mean, it destroys people. Now, you guys know the op is a one-shot hit pretty much anywhere on the body. I think except in the toes and maybe some portions of the arm. But 99% of the time, it's going to be a one-shot hit at almost any range. It is definitely a really fun weapon. And I would almost consider it overpowered in this game. Honestly, sniping is just way too easy in this game. I don't want them to nerf it, though, but it is definitely a really fun weapon if you guys have not tried out the op. Definitely one of my favorites. It is expensive, but it is definitely really good. Now, for my number 3rd spot, we have to give it to the Deagle. The Deagle, it's a beauty. It's really, I love it a lot. Now, when you're spamming the Deagle, you might think it's a kind of a crappy weapon. You know, it's not really accurate. You know, it takes kind of takes a couple shots to hit. It's not good when you're spamming and you're holding on the trigger. You have to tap fire with the Deagle. You either want to go for tap or just go for one Deagle. And I try to do the combination of both. I'll try to go for one Deags. What I'll do, I'll try to aim at the head, and if not, I'll probably get like 2 neck shots and that's it. But for the most part, you want to tap fire with it or go for one Deags, and it makes it a really good weapon. I mean, it's a pistol that can literally destroy people at long range. It does take a lot of practice, just like the M40, but it is definitely a really good weapon. Now, for number 2, we have a new weapon. It's not really new, it's been out for a long time now, maybe 2 months, but the FAMAS. The FAMAS is also a pretty decent eco weapon. It's the only fully automatic weapon that around this price range that also is really good at long range. It kills people extremely fast, almost at the same kill rate as the AK and the M4. It definitely kills people really fast. The only bad part about the FAMAS, I would say, is it has a really small clip, only 25 bullets, and it has a really fast fire rate. I mean, the fire rate is so you do run out of bullets really quick, but if you do manage your ammo pretty well, you can easily kill 3 people with it. But anyway, it's definitely a really good weapon. And now for number 1, we have the XM. Now, the XM, you guys might be talking about this one. The XM, I know, who uses the shotgun in this game? Literally nobody uses it, but it's definitely a pretty good weapon, especially when you're going for headshots. It doesn't have a lot of range like most shotguns normally would, but when you're going for headshots, that's where it really excels at, and it's really good for killing multiple people really quick if you're like in close quarters. You know, the teams might be always rushing the same exact spot. Maybe they're rushing cat on sandstone. You camp in the corner, you can legit take a lot of them out with that shotgun. It's definitely really good, and if your aim is not that good, the shotgun is also really good for that. I wouldn't say it's a noob weapon. No, it pretty much is a noob weapon. It's a shotgun, but it's still definitely really fun, and in my opinion, really underrated. But anyway, guys, there goes my top 5 underrated weapons in StandOff 2. Let me know if you agree, do you disagree. Make your own list in the comment section. I'm going to be in the reading comments, and let me know guys what you think about this list. But anyway, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and if you really care, don't forget the subscribe button. Peace, guys.